Hey, what's up, guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of my Hartford Whalers franchise mode series here on NHL 18. You know the intro. You know the deal. It's playoff time. The Whalers are back in the postseason, and while I might not be the most confident, I've felt that way all season, and it's only led to good things. It led to a 51-win season. It's brought us to this point where we will play the Whalers in the first round. And of course, the lineup is going to stay the same. We're going to roll with it. The one concern right now is Colin Wilson, but at the very least, he's not complaining about ice time. He was our trade deadline acquisition. Not exactly the biggest name in the world to bring in, but again, so far so good. And of course, we also acquired Ivan Provorov in exchange for Cam Fowler. We have Malcolm Subban in goal. You can see why I might not have the most confidence in our current team at the moment, but I think we'll be all right. And what I do need to do, I forgot to do this in the last episode, is I want to send an offer to Ryan McDonough. I would prefer to not lose him. Now, I imagine the 85% trick will work, so I'm going to drop this down to 4.8. I think that should be a safe bet. Again, the other three who don't want to, come back, that's fine. And Zachary Senyshyn, I'm probably just going to qualify him. He is an RFA, and then we'll just get rid of him, I think. Hope maybe somebody sends him an offer. Hopefully. I don't know. We'll figure out what we're going to do with him later on down the line. Let's take a look at what we are up against. Let's take a look at the Edmonton Oilers, shall we? I mean, we know of a certain somebody who's going to be there. It was the rest of the team that I was a little bit intrigued by, and it's an interesting team. It is top line Milan Lucic, Connor McDavid, and Jesse Puljujarvi, who is still in Edmonton in this sim. Interesting enough. There you get a look at Lucic's attributes at this time. Lucic's attributes. That was weird to say for some reason. You got to look at McDavid, and Puljujarvi, of course, is a first-line player. On the second line, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is still there as a left wing, though, which is a little bit surprising. Centered by Leon Draisaitl and Patrick Maroon. I'm a little bit surprised it's not Draisaitl on the left and then Lucic, Nuge, Maroon, which, my God, that line would be ridiculous. The third line is Tyler Benson, 80 overall at 24 years old. Centered by Ryan Strome. Again, a little bit surprised he's on the third line. I mean, good for their center depth for sure. And Adam Lowry on the right. The fourth line is Derek Dorsett, Lucas Parrish, who is a low elite player, sixth-round pick of the Oilers in 2019, currently a third-line checking forward on the fourth line, and Zach Kassian is still there as well. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, I know me personally, if this was my team, I'd probably go Benson, Lowry, Maroon, have Strome on the second line with Lucic and Nugent-Hopkins. But you can't doubt their center depth. Like, their center depth is absurd. So this could be difficult. And looking at their defense, it's not going to be that much easier, is it? The top pairing of Oscar Klefbom, who was up to a 91 overall, with Adam Larson. That pairing scares me. Second pairing is Anthony Darling, a former fifth-round pick of the Oilers. Low elite, he's up to an 83, so the draft steal's really working out well for Edmonton. He's on that second pairing with Darnell Nurse. And the third pairing is Simone Dupre with Andre Sekera. Interesting. Third line kind of drops off a little bit there, but there's no denying this is going to be a tough team to beat. Cam Talbot is the starter, Laurent Brossoit as the backup. Scratched players, Ethan Bear, Patrick Seeloff, and Marcus Niemelainen. So nobody major is out injured. Nobody's scratched. It's a really, really competent Edmonton team that we could have trouble against. But the good news is, at least for you, I mean, if you're, the type of person who doesn't like, if you're the type of person who likes straight to the point episodes, well, we are going to get straight to the point. It is time. Game 1 in Hartford. The XL Center hosts this playoff matchup. This game, it's game 1. First period. Let's go, because I'm just digging myself a hole here, and that could have been worse. All right. Connor McDavid gets the opening goal. Just over 9 minutes in, 9 minutes and 1 second. Lucas Ledecker gets his first ever playoff goal. Not too far after that. It's pretty nice. He scores on Cam Talbot. And then Max Jones, of all people, the fourth liner, Max Jones, with 14 seconds to go, gives us the 2-1 lead. We were dead even in shots. Again, Talbot versus Subban. That is... oh, that's scary. But we do have the lead after the opening 20. Second period is scoreless, all right? We outshot them 13-10, and that sets up this third period where I really would like an insurance goal. I'm not saying I don't have faith in our defense or our goaltending. We weren't able to capitalize on that power play, and Oscar Klefbom has tied this game. Leon Draisaitl scores just over 2 minutes later. A big-time momentum swing for Edmonton. We have 5 minutes to go, and Daniel Sprong ties it with 4:25 to go. 3 goals apiece, and we are going to overtime in Game 1. Sounds about right. Daniel Sprong, though, thankfully, is able to get this game to overtime. Hopefully we can regroup and get it together. I would really prefer to win Game 1. Obviously, I'd prefer to just win 16 straight games and win the cup. Probably not going to happen, but you never know. Daniel Sprong forced the overtime. Can we make the most of it? Let's go. Will it end early? You never know. We're going to make it a couple of minutes in. Power play for Edmonton is killed off, and we are able to capitalize. We did the reverse. In the third period, we had the power play. We weren't able to capitalize, and Oscar Klefbom scored to tie it. And then here in overtime, the power play chance for Edmonton. They're not able to take advantage, and Mitch Marner gets the OT winner, and the Hartford Whalers avoid disaster, and we are able to win that first game despite blowing that lead. Lucas Ledecker, your first star of the game. Sprong with 2 points, and then, of course, Mitch Marner with the overtime game winner. And that is a good start. Some concerning issues for sure. I mean, you look at what they ended up doing for penalties there. I mean, if it was, 4 minutes in? That technically... hold on, here, penalty summary. So it was a high-sticking minor on Darnell Nurse that they were able to kill off, and then, of course, they had the goal there. It was Jake Gardner who took a double minor high-sticking penalty. Adam Lowry also took one. So good to see they're cracking down on, they're calling everything a penalty just like in the real NHL. I'm sure that's... God, can you imagine? Just nothing but power play time. Ryan McDonough has accepted our contract extension, which is nice. Again, $4.8 million for a defenseman of his caliber. Still, I mean, he's starting to get a little bit older, but I'll take that every day of the week. The big question right now is Andre Burakovsky, and is he 100%? And he is not, and because of that, he is not going to play in Game 2. I refuse to risk injury. He could play and just, hurt himself that much further. That would be a disaster for us. So Andre Burakovsky will not play, which means more than likely, oh God, who do we put in? I mean, we could put in Senyshyn, who is right there, and we wouldn't have to call anybody up. Olsen, I mean, he wouldn't be affected by waivers at this point. I think we will just go for Senyshyn, just to avoid having to edit 2 different lineups. So here is the problem. If we just, how can I just flat out scratch him? Options, there we go. All right, so we'll take him out of the lineup. The second line center, at this point, you got 75, 76. Oh boy, so I could bump up Wilson, who of course had a really good season. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to bump up Wilson. We're going to... what are we going to do here? Have Tierney on the third line or Jones on the third line? He did score a goal in that first game. He was a minus player, though. I think we're going to go Tierney as the center. I'm going to have Connor Brown as the fourth line center. And then we're going to put in Zachary Senyshyn on the fourth line right wing spot. Sounds good to me. Kind of. It's not quite ideal, but it's what we're going to roll with. And again, Colin Wilson might not be the best center in the world. Wait, is Senyshyn not 100%? Senyshin's not 100% either. How the hell did you get hurt? What, did you get hurt in practice? How the hell are you not 100%? What the hell? All right, well, that completely changes my current setup. So we are... How is he hurt? Or is that a glitch? That has to be a glitch. Because he's not showing up as hurt here. That has to be a glitch. So let's just double check. No. And we lost in Game 2 because EA failed to recognize that I hit the down button. We lost in overtime in Game 2. Thank you, EA. No, that's great. I love hitting down on the D-pad and having nothing happen. So Senyshyn was the second power play unit center, and that really sucks. Burakovsky's still not 100%. And worse than that, we managed to lose Game 2 by the score of 3-2 in overtime. Well, isn't that anticlimactic? That's just great. Again, thanks for that, EA. I appreciate it. Is Burakovsky 100%? It didn't say that he was. This series, again, as dumb as that is tied at 1 game apiece. And we'll have to double check here. Is Andrei Burakovsky 100%? He is not. So now allow me to go back through here. And honestly, we're going to go Liediker. And I'm just going to probably... I got to take out Senyshyn. So we need a left-hander or left-handed player. Say what you will. I'll probably put Colin Wilson there. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put Colin Wilson as the center for the moment. Decent enough. And that should be fine in there. You know what? We'll just have Patrick and Senyshyn. No, we won't. I have no faith in Senyshyn. Alright. There we go. Penalty kill. Alright, Senyshyn can be on the penalty kill. That's fine. So, that's unfortunate that we managed to completely skip past Game 2. We know Daniel Sprong had a pretty good game. But aside from that, no details. All we can do now is jump into Game 3. It's in Edmonton. This series is tied. It's a best of 5 from this point on. We're still without Andrei Burakovsky. So let's see what happens. First period, and that is an amazing start. Max Jones again, by the way, gets another goal, and Nolan Patrick is on the board. We outshot them only 8-6, but we were able to capitalize twice. Also, Max Jones scoring from a little bit of a weird angle, but we have the 2-0 lead. If we lose this series, I'm going to be so mad about Game 2, but let's not think of it that way. Second period here in Game 3, and that works. Jake Gardiner, 24 seconds in, makes it 3-0. Leon Draisaitl gets a goal back, only for Nolan Patrick to score on Brossoit, mind you. Cam Talbot was either pulled or injured. I'm going to assume he was taken out of the game. It's a 4-1 lead for the Whalers as we head into the third period. Let's do this. I got faith in this team at this point. I'm feeling good. Power play chance for the Oilers. I'm feeling a little bit less good now. Puljujarvi gets the goal. Another power play, and Taylor Radish scores. I don't know if that was shorthanded. I don't really care. Thank you, Taylor Radish, for that goal. I think that's his first playoff goal. Colin Wilson makes it 6. Oh my God, what an offensive outburst from this team. Good Lord, 6-2 final. A rough game for Edmonton on home ice. Talbot doesn't make it to the end. 3-point night for Gardiner. 4-point night for Mitch Marner. 4 assists on 6 goals for Mitch Marner. What a game for him. Senyshyn, you can be pissed about ice time all you want, buddy. Doesn't bother me, because more than likely, we will be seeing the return of Andrei Burakovsky very shortly. So let's see if he is back to 100%. The Whale are in trouble. The Whale are in trouble. They have to win 2 straight. They lost the first 2 and then just won 5-0 in their first elimination game. So we will keep an eye out on the Connecticut Whale. Of course, they made the postseason as well. So I'm intrigued to see how well they can do. Mitch Marner now has 5 points in 3 games. He only had 1 goal through the first 2 games, so he really stepped up there in Game 3. Game 2 might go down in infamy. It's just the lost game, and Burakovsky is still not 100%, which is incredibly disappointing. Senyshyn did have a 2-point game, and Max Jones with a 2-goal performance so far in this postseason. So let's see here. What do we want to do? Kosarenkov, no points. Connor Brown, 1 point. I'm going to bump Kosarenkov down to the fourth line. It's going to be Jones, Kosarenkov, Sinishin. We're going to have Tierney, Brown, Radish as the third line. Wilson has 2 points so far. All right. Let's do this. Everything else stays the same as we prepare for Game 4 in Edmonton. We have the chance to take a commanding 3-1 series lead, but we're a long ways away from that potentially happening. So let's go. Game 4 in Edmonton. What will happen here? This game could be absolutely huge for this series and for this franchise. First period. It's a goal apiece. Provorov gets the opening goal. Talbot's back in, so he did just get, pulled in the last game. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was able to tie it up. We outshot them 10-8. Second period. That's not ideal. Could have been worse, but it's not ideal. Patrick Maroon makes it 2-1. Marner ties it only for Parrish, their fourth-line center, if I'm not mistaken, to give them the lead once again. 3-2. In favor of the Oilers as we begin the third period. We were in the reverse situation in one of the previous games. Hopefully we can complete the comeback. We weren't able to capitalize on that power play. Neither were they. We're halfway through the third period. We have another power play opportunity. We really needed that goal. And then Puljujärvi gets the goal. Yeah, that will do it. That will do it. And we're going to look at changing up our power play units for sure. This series is tied yet again. The Oilers take Game 4, and it is now a best of 3. From this point on, Cam Talbot with a tremendous rebound performance there. 28 saves for him. He was the first star, and we need to rethink our special teams at this point. The Connecticut Whale survived again. They survived again, a 4-2 win over Rochester. They force that decisive Game 5. In the meantime, though, of course, our main focus is still here. No series has ended thus far. It's a 3-0, of course. I mean, it's a 3-1. Well, no sweeps. I guess it could have ended. 3-1 lead for Vancouver over Calgary. 3-1 lead for Anaheim over San Jose. Dallas and St. Louis are tied at 2 games apiece. So, we're going to go best lines. It didn't take out Sinishin by default like I thought it would. We'll bring in Connor Brown. And what do we want to do here? How has Tierney done? He has 2 points. He's a -2. Brown also has 2 points. Oh my god, I have to sneeze. Oh, hold on. I'm fighting it. All right, we're good. Whew, we're good. We are good. To be honest, I probably would have just edited that out if I had to. Kosarenkov has not done a damn thing so far. Max Jones has his 2 goals, 1 point for Radish. The bottom 6. It's a little bit questionable right now. You know what? We're going to bump down Taylor Radish. We're going to go Wilson, Tierney, Brown, Jones, Kosarenkov, Radish. And we're going to see how well that works out. The power play. Again, this needs to be changed. So what we're going to do is we are going to go... Patrick's not the best center, but we're going to go Sprong, Patrick, Burakovsky, Pasternak, Marner, Liedker. We got Provorov and Yossi. We don't really have any righties. That's the problem. That is the problem. So you know what? We're going to swap Yossi over there. Who has the better shot here? 89-82, 89-81, 88-80. Okay, so let's go Provorov, Yossi, Gardner, McDonough. And that should be all right. Hopefully. And then the goaltending, I mean, we haven't checked it so far through 4 games. Subban's doing okay. He's not doing great. He's doing good enough that we should be able to win this series so far. Hopefully he can continue that kind of pace, if not get a little bit better. It is time for Game 5. Again, it might as well be Game 1. It's a best of 3 from this point on. We are back on home ice. Let's see what happens. Let's do this. Burakovsky takes the opening draw against McDavid. First period. And again, it's not ideal, but it's not a complete disaster. Tyler Benson and Ryan Strome make it 2-0 for Edmonton early on. Nolan Patrick is able to get a goal back for us. All right, so we're in a decent spot. We were doubled up in shots, 14-7, so I suppose the scoreboard makes sense. We need to step it up a little bit. Second period, and there we go. That's much better. Max Jones again. Some people were questioning why I still had Max Jones in this lineup, and I got to admit, I could see your point. He's stepping up right now, though, and that is the best thing for me and for this team. Max Jones gets another goal. Despite being outshot 27-15, we are tied at 2 on the scoreboard. Malcolm Subban's doing his job. We need our offense to step up. It's third period. Let's go. In this third period, it's time for the third period. Say what you will. Let's go. We need a goal. Marner, Pasternak, Liedker, the big names need to step up. We are over halfway through the third period. Next goal will more than likely win this thing. And at this point, I'd say they will definitely win this thing for their team. And we're going to have to wait until overtime to find out. A scoreless third period, 35 shots to 24. We are still deadlocked. 2 goals apiece. Overtime. Who's your hero going to be? I'm going with Liedker. Lucas Liedker. This is his time to step up. Let's go. Overtime. Will it end early? It loves to end early. We at least make it past the 5-minute mark, and Edmonton gets the goal. Milan Lucic with the goal from a pretty bad spot. There had to have been traffic, you would hope. And for the first time in this series, the Edmonton Oilers have a lead. And we are down 3-2, heading to Edmonton for Game 6. That is troublesome. That is. We need to take a look at the lines. Vancouver beat Calgary in 5. Pasternak not having a goal right now is a massive, massive problem. And Burakovsky hasn't played much. He hasn't done much either. So we're going to go desperate times, desperate measures. I'm bumping Liedker up to the top line. We're going to have Pasternak, Burakovsky, and Sprong. And we're going to see if that can kind of wake people up. On the third line, I mean, it's still not great. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave it like that for now because we still don't know the fate of the Connecticut Whale. We're about to find out here. They're about to play that important Game 5. If they lose, we may look at calling up Dirksen. I hope they don't. I hope they can continue on. We're gonna follow along with it. Let's go. It is Game 5 for the Connecticut Whale. They lost the first 2. They have rebounded to force this Game 5. Let's see what happens. First period on home ice, and that's a decent enough start. Spencer Watson gets the opening goal. That has to be Lyndon Bay, at least I would assume, was able to tie it. Only for Spencer Watson to strike yet again. All right, not too shabby there. Again, there's a reason why we kept Spencer Watson, even though he doesn't, I mean, he's one of those fringe players. We've had a couple of those fringe players who probably won't make the NHL, but at the AHL level, he continues to perform. Second period, oh, baby, there we go. 2 goals for Dirksen. I guess he's not ready for that NHL debut. Dirksen with 2 goals. It's 4-1. We're just going to hit the button. Led to Viore, gets a goal back, but Bodens makes it 5. The Connecticut Whale with the reverse sweep, down 2-0, only to come back and win the series in 5. Sebastian Olsen with a great performance, 4 assists, very Mitch Marner-like. 2 goals for Dirksen, 2 goals for Spencer Watson. And the Connecticut Whale aren't done yet. They are moving on to round 2. The only question is, will we see the big club move on to round 2 as well? We got a ways to go, though. And it will be the Utica Comets against the Connecticut Whale in round 2. So because we know that the Whale are moving on, I'm not going to call anybody up. I'm not going to mess with their chemistry. We need to figure out what we want to do with this lineup. And again, when you talk about healthy scratches, we got Senyshyn, we got Del Zotto. I want to look at the defense first, not to say that Del Zotto is going to be a better option. Roman Josi has to get going. Provorov hasn't done good enough. Gardner's doing all right. All right, we're going to put Gardner with Josi to try and get him going. Who has the better shot? That would be Josi. And then we're going to have McDonough with Provorov. Karlsson and Liljegren are getting ripped apart, so we have to do something about that. Yep, we got to do something about that, and it's either, God damn it, EA, it's either we spread the wealth among these defensemen, or we give Michael Del Zotto a chance, which, I mean, people call him Del Zaster for a reason, but maybe he's worth giving an opportunity to. Again, Liljegren's our only right-handed shot here. I don't want to, aggravate anybody in that top four, but I mean, desperate times call for desperate measures here. Karlsson still has 2 years left. He hasn't done anything. Liljegren at least has 2 points. When you think Karlsson would be more of a shutdown force, it's just not working out for him right now. And we got Del Zotto. You know what? I've mixed up the top four. I'm taking Karlsson out. I'm going to sit Karlsson. I'm not too impressed. Michael Del Zotto, who was, acquired when Roman Josi went down to injury, as, I don't know if that'll pick up on the mic, as Emmy continues to... You know how dogs just scratch their face? She had an itch. I never know if that picks up on the mic. But, what a goofy dog. Anyway, we'll focus. Seriousness, right? It's playoff time in a video game. Seriousness. We're going to go with Del Zotto. It's a risk, but it's one I'm willing to take. I'd much rather keep the top four intact and give them those top 4 minutes. And I think God, what do we do here? Kosarenkov is really disappointing. I'm going to take Kosarenkov out. I'm not impressed. We are going to give Zachary Senyshyn a chance. I don't know why it showed Liedeker's stats, but Senyshyn does have 2 points so far in 2 appearances. He is not much of a center, nor is Radish or Jones, which means I'd probably have to send down Tierney or Brown, or to be honest, I could just play Radish. I'm just going to play Radish at center. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt me. And we'll see if the mixing and matching here is good enough to get this team going. And actually... Oh, man. Is that what I want to do? I'm almost tempted to bump up Sprong. That's what I'm considering. Maybe go Liedeker, Marner, Sprong. You know what, I'm doing it. It came to mind. I'm doing it. Liedeker, Marner, Sprong, Pasternak, Burakovsky, Patrick. And we'll see if that works. Desperate times call for desperate measures. We need to try and spark this team. I mean, Cam Talbot's rebounded incredibly well over the past few games. And we need to get to him, and we need to get to him quickly. The offense needs to wake up. If they don't, that'll be the end of our season. It's Game 6 in Edmonton, a must-win. Let's do this. First period, and no goal. Ryan Strome with the lone goal of the first period. They outshot us 14-10. All right. 40 minutes to go. We still have time. Second period is scoreless. Oh, God, come on. Outshooting us 31-17. I mean, Subban's doing his job. We're just getting shut down. Third period, the season, it comes down to this. We have to find a way to get to Cam Talbot. He has found his game after being pulled. 2 straight incredible performances, and now 10 minutes away from a shutout here in Game 6. Can our offense wake up? 5 minutes to go. Pasternak, Marner, Chris Tierney. That works too. He's of the same caliber. Can you get to overtime? Yes, you can. Holy hell. Right. Okay. Not quite the hero that you would have expected. But Chris Tierney gets the goal. He's finally the man to be able to put one past Cam Talbot. And despite being outshot 39-27, we are tied. Malcolm Subban is the reason why we are here. You cannot deny that. It's just a matter of whether or not we can get the goal. So can we get the goal is the question. Can we force Game 7 back on home ice? Again, David Pasternak, if you go 6 games without a goal, I really have to question you and your ability at this point. Overtime. In Game 6. Will it end quickly? Come on. Come on. We need this. We need this, and we got it. Taylor Radish, the fourth liner. Why was the fourth liner out there under 5 minutes into overtime? Don't know, don't care. Taylor Radish. Oh my God. We bump him down from the third line to the fourth line, just kind of out of necessity. And he gets the OT winner on Cam Talbot. Despite being outshot 41-30, the Hartford Whalers survive. We take Game 6 by the score of 2-1, and we have forced Game 7. 40 saves for Malcolm Subban. You know he's going to be the first star before I even hit the button. There you go. .975 save percentage. Cam Talbot, an incredible game. An incredible game on his part, but Taylor Radish gets the OT winner. We are going to Game 7 on home ice. And I mean, after winning that last game, I really don't see how we could make any changes. The Connecticut Whale take Game 1 5-1 over the Utica Comets. Right. I can't make any changes. I can't. I mean, I'm going to take a look at the lineups. I'm not changing anything. We did just win in Game 6. Mitch Marner is over a point-a-game player right now. It's definitely not his fault. I mean, you look at underperforming players, I'm a little bit disappointed in Liediker. 3 points, but only 1 goal. Marner's done well. Sprong, he's done okay. Stepping up that little bit extra. David Pasternak, spotlight's on you, pal. Time for you to get your game going. No goals, 3 assists, not good enough. Andre Burakovsky, not good enough. He's played, 3 games? 3 games, 1 point? You need to step it up. Nolan Patrick, though, has done incredibly well. Incredibly well. So, I mean, there is some debate over maybe bumping, Sprong back down in favor of Patrick, but I'm leaving the team the same. The team that was able to get us to this point. It's time. Game 7. Game 7. Right. We won Game 1, lost Game 2, won Game 3, lost Game 4, and 5, but we've won Game 6. That brings us to this day, April 25th, 2022. Game 7 in Hartford against the Edmonton Oilers. Let's do this. Let's go. Come on, Pasta, we need you. First period. Oh, God, I thought that went so much worse. Okay, wow. Okay. Well, let's dissect this, shall we? Chris Tierney scored 1 minute and 32 seconds in, so thumbs up to him. Tyler Benson was able to tie it. Just over 2 minutes later, 2 minutes and 7 seconds after that, Zachary Senyshyn, of all people, gets a goal. And then 4 minutes later, Lucas Liediker steps up, gets the goal, and it's a 3-1 lead for the Whalers. By the way, I mean, did Tierney just Sparta kick Cam Talbot out of the way? What the hell? Man, 15 shots to 8, 3-1 on the scoreboard. We're only 20 minutes in. What a start for this team, though. Again, 2 goals from the bottom 6. All right, let's go. We got this. We got this. Second period. Come on. Yes, there it is. That should do it. That should do it. Nolan Patrick and Colin Wilson with the goals. It's 5-1 for the Whalers. And we are 20 minutes away from going to the second round. You would have thought it was for the cup or something. I'm so happy, though. I was so worried about this team, and it took a little bit of lineup-changing magic, but we found the right combinations, and the Hartford Whalers will survive. We are going to round 2. Roman Josi gets a goal. Puljujarvi gets it right back. Don't care. 6-2 final in Game 7 on home ice. Roman Josi, 3-point night. We needed him to step up. Nolan Patrick had one hell of a series, and the Whalers are moving on. Incredible. Not to mention we put in Michael Del Zotto and Zachary Senyshyn to make this happen. What? Like, how did that work? Mitch Marner, 8 points in 7 games, 2 goals, 6 assists. Every other series is over with the exception of Dallas and St. Louis. Let's take a look, though, here at the scoring. Unreal to win that game 7. 8 points for Marner, 7 points for Nolan Patrick. I mean, those two definitely carried the weight. Roman Josi, I mean, he had a great game 7, and that's a much better stat line. Same for Jake Gardner, 6 points in 7 games. Gardner was a +6. Daniel Sprong, 4 points, not bad, was somehow a minus player, as was Liedekar and Tierney, but they all had 4 points. David Pastrnak, 4 points in 7 games isn't bad. No goals. That has to change if we are going to make it past the second round. That has to change. You talk about the players in the first round who didn't score a goal. I mean, there's not many of them. Del Zotto, he only played 2 games. McDonough, Brown, Burakovsky, Carlson, who only played 5 games. Burakovsky only played 4. Kosarenkov, who only played 5. Pastrnak and Liljegren. I mean, I hold Pastrnak in a pretty high regard compared to the rest of those players who went without a goal, at least in terms of goal-scoring ability. So that is a little bit concerning. Also concerning, Liljegren, -5. Carlson, -4. Del Zotto, -2. Kosarenkov, of course, there as well. That third pairing defense, Del Zotto and Liljegren, they struggled. I mean, we were able, the rest of the changes, and not to mention Malcolm Subban really stepping up and finishing the series with a .928 save percentage, that really helped. And I mean, you got to figure, too, we lost twice in overtime. That third pairing is a problem, to the point where we are going to more than likely have to spread the wealth among our top 4 defensemen. Somebody is going to have to drop down to that third pairing. We pretty much have no choice. I mean, Josi and Gardner, they are staying a pairing. It might be Provorov. I mean, it might be. McDonough, 3 assists, but he's a +5. Somebody has to drop. And I'm not sure who I want it to be. Maybe we take out Liljegren, and maybe we try, you know what? I mean, that's probably the first option. The first option is to probably try the one pairing that we didn't with that third pairing, and that would be to bring Carlson back in and scratch Liljegren, as much as that sucks. I mean, we got to do what we got to do to try and win this series, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do that, as if, dropping David Pastrnak and Nolan Patrick down to the second line wasn't evidence enough. So, it's tough to say. We could kind of fix up that top 6 again. I think the bottom 6 is pretty much locked in. We could put Pastrnak and Patrick back with Marner. We have a couple of different options, but all I know is that for right now, I want to sit back and enjoy the fact that we are moving on to round 2. I believe we're playing the Vancouver Canucks in the next round. I mean, yeah, we were put into the Pacific? I'm not even sure. Let's double check. I can't remember, and it's weird. That damn thing, switches so quickly. And we're not going to find out yet, so we're actually going to be able to sim through the second game in the Connecticut-Utica series. And the Whale have a 2-0 series lead on the Utica Comets. They've won 5 straight games in total, and we're playing the Dallas Stars in the next round. That's right, were we put into the Central? Because we were playing Edmonton. I don't know, that's weird, man. But we are playing the Dallas Stars in the next round. Both of us went to a Game 7. Of course, we'll take a look at the Stars team at the beginning of the next episode. But they did finish with 47 wins in the regular season. Guys, that will do it for this one. A nerve-wracking episode. That's right, we're in the Central. Edmonton got bumped up. I keep forgetting that. It really sucked that we started this series before. Well, really, it sucks that that division realignment wasn't in the game by default, that they had to patch it in with the very first patch for NHL. Otherwise, we'd be in the Eastern Conference. Of course, instead, we're here in the Central, and that's still causing some confusion for me. But there you have it, your second round matchups: Anaheim, Vancouver, Carolina, Philadelphia, Ottawa, Columbus, and of course, we will play the Dallas Stars. So until next time, guys, I hope you did enjoy. Looking forward to any feedback and suggestions you might have in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you have not already done so. Also, links in the description to my Twitter and Twitch. Follow me on there, damn it. We're like 160 some odd people away from 5K follows on Twitch. Make it happen. Make it happen. You know how long it took me to get 5K subs on YouTube? And now I'm like 3.5 months into Twitch and we're almost at 5K follows. Make it happen, people. Please. Thank you. Have a great day. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.